Remember when Osama bin Laden and Al-Qaeda hit the Twin Towers and they came down and we were all so upset, and then we went into Afghanistan to find him, and then went into Iraq because George Bush wanted to settle some old score, and we still haven't faced the real problem of terrorism, because terrorism is not about killing the terrorists. They already know that they are too small of a group, that they don't have the technology or the weapons to come up against a modern country, and so they use terror and they scare people into going against their own principles. And that was the whole point. They didn't care if they were wiped out. You can see that about these guys in the Middle East. They will fight to the death without question. They're not doing anything else. And they don't care if they die. And going and killing them does not reverse the effects of terrorism. What terrorism does is scare people so badly that they go against their own principles, and that has so far worked since 9/11. We got the TSA at all the airports checking everyone. And I remember back when they did that in Israel, back in the 90s, I went to Israel and they went through my bag. I went off. I got so mad. It was such an invasion of my personal space. And they came out, and the guy came out from the back and said, "Leave him alone." I got so angry because they were holding up my underwear. But I, as an American, was not used to being treated that way, because we had respect for people, and now the TSA does the same thing here because of 9/11, even though one whole plane was taken to the ground by American citizens who realized what we were doing, and we can take care of ourselves. We don't need the TSA. But once you get scared and you start stepping on your principles, that's when the terrorists get what they want. And then we tortured people because we were angry, because we were full of hatred. I had fantasies of torturing Osama bin Laden every night because this was my country. I've been up in the Twin Towers and I was so mad. I understand the impulse, but to have fantasies to put yourself to sleep and to really do it are two different things, because that's what principles are about. When you have principles, you don't do things that you want to do because you're looking for a higher consciousness. And that's what terrorism tries to destroy, is that higher consciousness. And when we tortured people under Bush and Cheney, who were not the devil, they were just not very, admirable human beings, then we gave in to exactly what Osama bin Laden was hoping for. And our best bet would have been to prosecute them and say, that's not who we are. That's not what we're about. And we're ashamed of these people. And Obama didn't do that. And so now it's left to fester. And it's in the back of every American's mind that we're not what we said we were. And that is what has allowed all of these people who never liked America anyway to rise up, because the rest of us who really love her deeply and with our very heart don't, at least most of us, don't feel the fervor that we did before we went through that and tortured people and saw that we weren't what we thought we were. Well, we are what we thought we were. As soon as we stand up for those principles again and throw the TSA out, say, listen, torture was sick, and George Bush and Dick Cheney were not the people we respect as leaders. And since we didn't do that, look at the people we have as leaders now. I mean, if we turn this around, we can, but it's going to take an understanding of what terrorism is, what it does to people, and then we'll know what to do to fix it.